Hello. Oh. Hi, thank you for coming and tuning in. I set an alarm and it didn't go off. I don't know why, but anyway. Um, okay, so here we go. Welcome. I figured out how to print backwards. This one now, right? I've got to get a little coordinated. Hello. Thought I signed in, but I guess not so far. I'm okay. Well, that's okay. Hi, everybody. Gee, it's only been a week that we were off because we were having so many technical difficulties, but we're back, and I'm happy to be here. My name is Marci Geller. If you don't know me, I have a feeling that if you're here, you know me. Anyway, I'm doing something interesting tonight. I'm actually periscoping at the same time as the broadcast. For you guys on Periscope, I am webcasting from marcigeller.com/videos. That's where I do my web chats from, but you're welcome to stay on Periscope as well. It's just that you're going to see me looking up a lot. So anyway, hi everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. Here in the Northeast, it is freezing cold, which I'm a big baby about, but it kind of is all part and parcel for our topic tonight. So as usual, let me know if you're seeing commercials or anything wonky, because from my end everything is looking good. We did get a new router from, thank you very much, courtesy of Optimum, although they advised me to get this extender thing that would allow us to still broadcast from the studio, and it was the wrong piece, so I'll deal with that another time. Anyway, so here we are. It's Monday, November 23rd. We're a few days away from Thanksgiving, which is personally my very, very favorite holiday of all, because it's the holiday that anybody who's grateful can celebrate. You don't have to be any specific religion or faith. It's just about gratitude. At least that's what it's like in our house. So I'm seeing questions, comments, a little choppy, but not losing you like in the weeks past. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. Like I said, we did get a new router, and it's supposed to be more powerful, and I'm literally next to it. So we should be good for today. So our topic for this evening is stockpiling sunshine for a cloudy day. And if you have tuned in before with these webcasts, you know that there's always something deeper to the layer. You know, I'm not talking about going out and getting actual physical sunshine and stockpiling it. It's really about preparing for those days when things are ads on bottom but no commercial. Okay, awesome. That's okay. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're gonna, as long as it's not interrupting our stream, we're gonna keep forging forward. So the reason I decided on this topic, as you know, I have a lot of topics that, you know, I come up with on a daily basis, and I just sort of jot them down on my blog list, and then maybe a few days the weekend before, I decide what it is that I want to talk about, and usually it's something that's sort of resonating with me. And you know, there's been some stuff going on our planet, as we know. There always is, but the last few weeks there's been a lot of violence and stuff, and I will be really honest, because I'm always very authentic with you guys. Hopefully someone's going to pick up the phone. We didn't think about that. Pick up the phone! So I'm going to wait and see if he picks up the phone. Yes, he picked up the phone. Okay. This Saturday I woke up really sad. And it wasn't like sad thinking about things. It was like literally like the minute I opened my eyes, I felt like I had the weight of the world on me, and I felt depression. And I took a deep breath, and you know, for me, depression can be such an easy thing, a very comfortable thing to just get very relaxed into. And I've been really working hard to not do that. So this is part of the reasons we're doing these web chats, is to sort of share positive ideas and positive energy with one another. Well, what I did was I thought back into my archive of good stuff, the good stuff archives, and I decided to not just think about a time when I was happy, but to really emotionally experience this moment when I felt good. And lo and behold, it was almost like a shot of endorphins. All of a sudden, the depression literally lifted off of me, and I felt happy. And I'll be honest with you, I was very, very surprised about it because, you know, when you're in the pit of sadness, when you're in the pit of depression, it's very easy to let it overcome you and overwhelm you and everything you're thinking about and all that's going on in your life. And I was very, very surprised that just the mere process of experiencing in my mind a moment in time when I felt really good was the only thing that I needed to lift me up out of it. So I looked at my list of ideas of what we were going to talk about tonight, and I saw this one about stockpiling sunshine for a cloudy day. And really the essence of it is, you know, there's always going to be something that is going to challenge us or work on our emotions or make us sad or even full-blown depression. And what are we going to do to be prepared for those moments so that they don't take over and they don't start, you know, sucking time away from your life? And that's something that we talk about a lot here on the web chat, is that, you know, sadness and negative thoughts and negative people and all that kind of stuff can just suck time away from you. And I feel like time is such a very precious thing. We saw a movie this weekend, I don't know if you guys saw it, called Lucy. And it was nothing like what I was expecting. It starred Scarlett Johansson. And I thought it was really fascinating because, you know, in a nutshell, I'm not going to do a movie review, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. Basically, this woman who gets caught up in sort of like a drug deal, unknowing to herself, winds up ingesting this drug that basically takes her cerebral cortex, and where we as humans use about 20%, they say, she was able to access, you know, 30, 40, 50, up to 100, and became this sort of super being. And before she sort of like ascended, because, you know, at that point, you know, her physical being had no sense or rhyme or reason, the professors that were studying her asked her, you know, if it, you know, she was saying it's not math, you know, math is not the key to the universe and the key to everything. And they said, well, then what is it? And she showed this scene of a street and a car driving back and forth. And she said, you see the car? But see, the faster it goes, all of a sudden the car disappears. It just becomes a blur. Okay, so I'm sort of like emulating the car here. And the point was that she was saying that it's time that encapsulates our true essence and who we are. Without time, we don't exist. And I thought that that was really fascinating, because whether I like it or not, I think about this stuff all the time. So time. I don't want to waste time. I don't want anyone else to waste my time. I don't want to waste anybody else's time. You know, we spend this really quick, focused half hour together every Monday, and the whole point of it is to exchange ideas and hopefully to inspire one another. You know, like I've said in the past, I am not positioning myself as your guru or anything of that sort. I am a seeker. I am on the journey too, and I'm always looking to exchange ideas. So let's see what we've got going on. We've got, oh, good movie. Yes, it was. We'll have to add to the list of movies I want to see. I loved it. You know, my husband and I really, really enjoy movies, but when I think about a movie for a long time after I saw it. Like, you know, we saw it, I don't know, Saturday night, and I'm still thinking about it, like all the little things, and I kind of want to go back and watch it again just to see little subtle things that I missed, but I thought it was a cool movie. But so do you guys want to share some thoughts about Stockpiling Sunshine? Because in my mind, it's about sort of, how can I describe it? It's about almost like having a bag of tricks, you know? You know what I'm talking about? It's like having this bag of, well, this mental bag, it sits in your brain, of ideas and moments and touchstones, things that you can connect with when you're feeling sad or challenged, that will change your perspective. Because I personally believe perspective is so powerful. I think that a lot of times what we perceive as a disaster is really just about the way that we're viewing it and not the actuality of what's going on. You know, whether it's a car problem or a computer problem, or you lost your cell phone, or me, I lost my water bottle 100 times a day. Here, see, I have it right in front of me because I lose this thing 100 times a day. But you know, depending on the frame of mind that you're in, can really shift how you perceive what's going on. And when I had this experience of waking up with depression for no, what I perceived as logical reason, and was able to lift myself out of it just by emotionally going back to a time when I felt good, well, that to me was a ray of sunshine. That was something that I had in my little bag of tricks that I was able to draw upon in order to lift myself from, you know, the situation that was going on. So I would like to hear from you guys. If you want to share some ideas, or even what you think of the concept, if you think it's crazy or you think it has some merit, feel free, tune in. So let's see. Okay, it's a little slow. I know I have to wait a bit because there's a little delay. And if anybody's viewing on Periscope, I apologize that you're seeing me look like this, because that's where the webcast is. So if you want to watch it for real, go to marcigeller.com/videos. Okay, so I see we've got some more viewers chiming in. So talk to me, people. Tell me something that works for you in regards to keeping things sort of on the sidelines for when you need to draw on them, to keep sadness or challenge or anger even. It doesn't even have to be sadness. For me, sadness is the thing that tends to overwhelm me, particularly this time of year when it's getting darker very early, and I'm not getting all that vitamin D that my body so desperately needs. But I know some people, it's anger. You know, I've spoken to some friends about this, how you know, anger is something that is an emotion that they feel bubbles up in them, and it happens so suddenly. And so I'm thinking that if we can stockpile these memories, these thoughts, these ideas, to really have that be the knee-jerk reaction, you know what I mean? Because I think that for myself, I can speak, a lot of times I get caught up because I react so quickly without thinking. And I think that the important thing in any of these circumstances is to give yourself that pause, you know, to take a deep breath, and because it's just even in that small moment where you can say, okay, I am experiencing this. And I think that that's totally part of it. I think that, you know, I think that we're sort of taught to bury our emotions. And I think that if you take a deep breath and acknowledge, you know, I am feeling angry, or I am feeling sad, or I am feeling whatever it is that you're feeling, and allow yourself that pause, that moment in time to experience what it is that you're feeling, and then go to this little basket of goodies that you have set aside for yourself to turn to when you need them. So for me, you know, a lot of times, I guess, you know, look, I'll be really honest. My happy moments are always musically. connected. It's like somebody really got a song, or somebody came up and said something nice after a show, or somebody wrote to me about the new CD, or I get a good review about the CD. Like, these are the things I'm stockpiling because I know it's coming. I know that today was the first really, really cold day here in the Northeast, and I sort of considered it like a warning day because I know that living in the sleeping bag coat is coming. It's around the corner, and I'll be honest, I'm a sunshine girl. I love sun, I love warm. When everybody's like sweating and complaining, I'm like reveling in it. I'm like, it feels like a hug. So let's see, we've got some comments. Totally has merit. Why, thank you so much. Sometimes labeling the emotion can help you release it and let it go. I agree. I totally agree with you. So, okay, so process. What is it we're going to do to catch ourselves, though? Because I think it's so easy, like I said, to react, because that's sort of how we're programmed. So what are we going to do to program our brain so that when we are experiencing whatever emotion we're feeling the challenge with, that we're going to say, wait a minute, I don't want to speak yet. I don't want to act yet. I want this to sink in. So talk to me. Do you have any ideas about what we could do to sort of reprogram ourselves to react differently in the moment? It's a big one because I'm struggling with it too. I'm trying to figure out ways to have my automatic response. I call it the the 007 response. Like in those movies, like the 007 movies, like James Bond or whoever it is, or Mission Impossible, like, they're walking and, somebody shoots at them and they're able to like duck the bullet because their response system is programmed so immaculately that that's what they do. They don't stand there and go, ugh, and get, shot. So I think it's kind of like programming because, I guess our brains are sort of like a big or maybe small, squishy, mushy computer. And the fact that we only use up to 20%, I think it was, is really, that's something that's really compelling to me because I have to wonder why we have this big brain if we're only able to access a really, really tiny portion of it. These are the things that keep me up at night, guys. Like, I don't know why. It's my psyche. It's who I am. But check out that movie. Tell me if you like it as much. Okay, so you're the opposite. I don't mind cold as much, but I don't tolerate extreme heat. Yes, I know. You are probably in the majority because I know that every time I'm happy with the weather, everybody else is complaining. I froze? Oh, don't tell me I froze. I'm still moving here. Okay, well, I'm still moving here, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to hydrate. Everybody feel free to hydrate. Oh, so let's do our little, infomercial. So, if you are not a part of my mailing list, above my head, if you're on the website, that's where you can sign up for my mailing list, and you get the free MP3, the free MP3 of my song "Thank You." That's a duet with John Tobacco. I would really appreciate it if you sign up for the mailing list for a number of reasons. Number one, it's the easiest way for me to disseminate information to all of you, and we've got a lot of really, really exciting stuff coming up. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because we're not ready, but I am gonna tell you that there's some good things coming up, and yes, it has to do with the CD. So I'm very, very, very excited. If you are on my mailing list, just watch your mailbox because there's some good announcements in the next newsletter. Also, it's where I announce new music, new merchandise, things that you can buy, blah, blah, blah. Sign up for the mailing list. It'll make me happy, and that will become one of my moments of sunshine. If you are so inclined, below me there is a tip jar, and the reason for the tip jar, other than I'm an independent artist and it's expensive being me. We are trying to up the game here. I'm trying to get better equipment and a better feed so that this web chat will not have any problems with freezing or any of that kind of nonsense, because it's ridiculous. And I want to thank the people who donated the last time. I know one of you is watching right now. Dave, thank you so much for your generous donation. There were others. I don't know. All you guys are anonymous, so I don't know if any of you were previous donors. So let's see what we've got. Lost you for a minute, but you're back now. Okay. So I'm back, so I was probably just talking to myself that whole time. That's okay. Take happy drugs. Well, that does work for millions of people. And as I've said before, I have no moral, ethical issue with people taking any kind of antidepressants. If that's what's going to keep you safe and happy and on this planet, go for it. I myself have opted to try and work through my depression issues without it. I do a minimum of 40 minutes of high endorphin exercise every day. I journal, I meditate. These are the things that keep me happy. And I want you guys to all know the things that make you happy also, and for us to just put as much joy as possible out there. So, I am going to get ready to do our song for tonight. I'm praying that they don't interrupt us with an ad, because it is the end of the show and nobody said that there's a commercial yet. So we'll see. I'm going to just grab my guitar here. Tonight I'm actually going to do a song from my last CD, Open Book. One of the reasons is I wanted to do a song on guitar, because we're not in the studio, because we are, oh, thank you, Dave. We're not in the studio because, we still haven't, we got the new router, but the equipment that I purchased to try and ping the signal downstairs was the wrong equipment. So we're still working on it, guys, but we're getting there. This is a love song, and it's in French, I'm going to tell you. I wrote it for a very, very dear friend of mine who is getting married, and her husband are from Switzerland, and they are from the French side, Geneva, and she had asked me to write their wedding song, and I did. And one of the greatest honors of my life was her now husband, for the wedding gift for her, flew me and my husband to Switzerland so that I could sing this song live for their wedding. And I am singing it because of what happened in France, what happened all over the world. I know that there was bombings in Beirut and bombings in France, and they're threatening us, and I truly, with all my heart, believe that the only way to combat hate is by loving that much more. So it gets me a little choked up. You said one of my faves. Thank you. Whoever you are, anonymous, thank you. So this goes out to everybody. It's called Promets-moi, which means promise me, and I hope you enjoy it. Je te donne tout mon amour jusqu'à la fin des jeux. Et j'ai cherché toute ma vie à remplir mon cœur. Et maintenant j'ai trouvé ma maison. Promets-moi de danser avec moi au son du chant de la vie. Je t'en ai avec toute mon sincérité jusqu'à mon dernier souffle, et j'ai porte ton amour à toujours, et je sais que tu portes la mienne. danser avec moi au son du chant de la vie. Je crois au miracle maintenant que je t'ai trouvé. Je crois au destin, je pense que tu y crois aussi. Je n'entends plus mon amour, je n'entends plus mon amour, je n'entends plus mon amour, c'est toi. Je te donne tout mon amour jusqu'à la fin des jours. Et j'ai cherché toute ma vie à remplir mon cœur. Et maintenant j'ai trouvé ma maison. Promets-moi de danser avec moi au son du chant de la vie. Promets-moi de danser avec moi au son du chant de la vie. Commercial. Figures. Did everybody see a commercial? Because I'm seeing other great song, even though I speak almost no French. Je parle en français un petit peu, mais oh, forget it. I wrote the song in French because I did it for my friend as a favor. But believe me, we went back and forth many times to make sure that the translation was correct. And here's the funny thing. When I performed it at the wedding, the mayor of the town was there. It's a very tiny town, and he stood up. He was very. They applaud. They gave me a standing ovation, and he stood up and he said, "Pardon, excuse me." He said, "Marci," he said, "I think that you are trying to say I will love you until the end of days. But right now, the way you're singing it, it says you're going to love you until the end of the day." Which was completely the wrong message. So we had to go back and tweak the translation just a little bit again. And once we got it right, we recorded it. And it was an amazing experience. And if you check it out, it's on Open Book, which you can buy on my website. If you're not a donator, buy some music. Just go to the store. And also, if you have not pre-purchased your copy of Square Peg, it's coming, people. Get yours first. Because I'll sign it for you if you want. And, I don't know, maybe I'll kiss it or something. I don't know. You can tell me what you need. Anyway, so we're getting to that point where we're close to the end, aren't we? We've got about 60 seconds left. Please sign up for my mailing list. If you're so inclined, please make a donation so we can keep getting this web chat better and better and better. It's always a joy. You are one of my stockpiled moments of sunshine. You know, Mondays can be hard for all of us, but I always know that I have this half hour that I'm going to spend with you guys, unless I'm on the road and don't have a good Wi-Fi connection. So, close it. There's my alarm. I think we're done, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Spread love, spread joy, eat a lot of food. It's good for you once in a while.